Alrighty, we'll start with in-person questions. And then
Teresa, I'm curious about Marina and how she balances, getting her shots and also finding her teammates. She's an aggressive scorer, but then, that balance of finding the open player too. What are your conversations with her?
Well, that's who Marina is. Marina can score the ball, but she's also a willing passer. Whatever she creates, she tries to find. Probably one of the best in transition of finding people running, kicking it up early and making the correct pass. But Marina is a scorer, but she's also a willing passer.
We talked about game one after shoot around and just like a couple misses or a couple passes she didn't make in terms of getting it to Dana or Angel. How do you see her kind of correct those? Do you have to talk with her about it, or is she noticing that stuff on her own?
Self-correction. Once you recognize it, recognition, and then recognize it, and then allowing your teammates to know, hey, I missed you, I'll get you on the next one. So she recognizes the pass that should have been made and definitely ready to make it if it presents itself again.
And then just one more quick one for me. In terms of this team kind of finding or understanding each other's spots, understanding where and when to make those passes, how do you kind of establish that understanding of each other where everyone finds their spots on the floor? Is it only in game situations, or how can you kind of like speed up that process?
That's practice. That's reps. That's practice. That's reps. That's getting to know teammates through your practice regimen. Whatever we're going through, you're learning everybody every single day. There's something to learn all the time about your teammates. And we are new to each other all the way around the board. So we're all learning. We're all learning. We do that through the reps in which we have in practice. And those practice things carry over into games. We don't wait for games. We do it in practice.
Hey, Coach, I want to get your impressions of Lindsay Allen in the second unit and some of the drive and kick things that they were able to do to initiate offense.
Great second unit. You're a great team when you have a second unit that can come in and play the way that they do. Lindsay is a great conductor, floor general who gets the job done. She knows how to get into that paint. If she draws, she knows who she's looking for to find. She's able to read and react. And that's a good thing. When you're able to read, react, and then inject yourself, that's a huge positive from that position.
Then a quick follow-up. Angel, second half, I thought she really overcame a lot of adversity from the first half. Can you just give your general assessment of her performance?
It's a feel. Once you get a feel for what's happening and where your fit is, she's going to work hard. She's going to work hard all day long, every practice, every game. She's going to give everything she has. So she's just trying to find her fit. And when she finds it, she releases.
What else? All right, we'll go to Zoom. We'll start with Carly, then Jordan.
Hey, Coach. Just one question for you. How would you assess Dana's offensive leadership? I know it's only been a game, but just her leadership on the offensive side of the ball.
She's doing exactly what we asked her to do. She's getting everybody involved, and she knows when to inject herself. Dana's a scorer as well. When you're asked to do something that's a little bit different than what you're used to, accustomed to, getting everybody involved, the playmaker position is a little bit different. It's a different mindset, and she's taking on the challenge of getting everybody in order and making sure everybody touches the ball. And then when she injects herself, that's when we are a much better basketball team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jordan.
Hey, Coach. Hope you're doing well today. I wanted to ask about Diamond DeShields. Obviously, you mentioned on Wednesday that you're still trying to work her back and everything. So just tell me, do you have a time frame in which she'll be back to playing regular, consistent minutes, especially in the fourth quarter?
We're moving into that direction right now. It's going to take a minute, but we're going to get there. And I'm just glad to see her back out on the floor playing the way that she is, performing the way that she's performing with the amount of confidence that she's playing with. So it's huge just to see her back out there. But trust me, it's hard for a coach to know that there are limited minutes for a player like Diamond in the way that she's playing. But she's moving in the right direction, and she's getting tremendously healthy. And that's what's more important than anything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alyssa.
Hi, Coach.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Just a follow-up on Diamond. What types of things are you guys monitoring for her before she's clear for full minutes, whether that's in practice or just in general?
We're just trying to get her healthy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lastly on Zoom, Stephen.
Hey, Coach, how you doing today?
I'm awesome. You?
Great, I'm great. I just had one quick question for you, and having the opportunity to kind of watch the game over again and assess things. What kind of stood out to you in your fourth quarter process in terms of execution on offense?
I think it all stood out to every one of you guys. We got to rebound the ball. In the last 5 minutes, we have to be better. We have to dominate those minutes. Instead, we were up 4 with 5 minutes and so many seconds to go, and Dallas actually dominated those minutes. We have to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wrap up some person.
Yeah, I do actually. Teresa, you led your New York Liberty team. What's it like leading your peers as head coach?
It's friend, it's almost the same for me, just a little bit different. I didn't have to come up with the schemes as a point guard. I just had to make sure that they were implemented during the time of play. So it made it a little bit different for me to make sure everybody's in a position to be successful. So now it's about putting the schemes together, putting everybody in positions to be successful. And when they walk on the floor, they're able to implement it with no problem, no issues. They're comfortable, they're at ease, and they're confident doing it. So that's the one thing I really enjoy doing. It's fun doing it, but that's the difference in being a playmaker and a head coach.
Last question. Sometimes for coaches, it's better not to have all the pieces because you can kind of figure out what you want to do. You have a loaded team in so many ways. Is that a good thing, or does it make it more challenging?
It is a great thing, yet it is a challenge. And as you all know, we have to get healthy. And when we get healthy, we believe we'll be one of the most dominant teams in this business. But it's a matter of putting it together. It can look as good as it wants to on paper, but it's a matter of us putting it together, and we're pretty pleased with where we are. We would just have to get healthy.
Just wondered about Izzy's timeline. Do you guys have a timeline on when she'll
No.
return?
Nope, still the same with Izzy. Izzy is working her tail off. And we probably know some things here. Won't be too long, but we don't have a timeline, but Izzy is progressing, and that's the most important thing.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you all so much. See you guys in a minute.
Yeah, that's fine.